Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. This is a reaction to British versus American homes, 8 differences. I do enjoy doing these reactions because it's just cool to see, to be honest. And I mean, I think this is the video in the UK, so I can actually see how valid the things she's saying are, like, whether they're like common in UK homes. I mean, this looks British. You got like the red brick, you've got like the small ass garden, no garden actually. That's just the difference, which is common for a lot of homes in the UK. There are some homes in the UK, right, where you will literally have a door and then a pathway. Like the door, literally, you open the door and you're directly on a pathway that just walks down like the street. Now, I've never lived in a house like that. That's not like the only thing you have. You'll sometimes have small front gardens, or if you've got a lot of money, a bigger front garden where you can park your car and stuff. But yeah. Like even more extreme than this, where there is still like space for the bins. There are some homes that literally just walk straight out onto a pathway that just walks through like a city or like a neighborhood, which honestly creeps me out. Like you got your window right in the front. I don't know, like that just for me would be weird. But look, hey, people got to live in places, right? You got to live somewhere you can, so you got to make the most of what you have. But yeah, I don't know why I'm even waffling about that. That's not even what this video is about. But we're going to jump into this, hopefully going to enjoy, and let's just see these differences.
Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I am now in London, in the second zone of London, Greenwich Station, and I am just about to go inside a typical British house, and we're going to compare American houses to British ones. So if you're interested in watching and seeing the differences, please follow me. Let's go!
British homes, more depressing, smaller, contain much more heat. There you go. That's one for the books. Have radiators.
Security level 100. Okay, we're taking off our shoes. In America, would you? I don't think so.
What? Yeah. Wait, you don't take off your shoes in America? What is she? Is she actually onto something, or is she just lying?
Yes, I am going to start my tour with a bathroom, and you know what's the most funniest thing?
Wait, is taking your shoes off like a European thing then? I'm so confused. I don't think that's really true. I'm actually baffled by that first comment she's just made.
In Britain, you can still switch off light by pulling a string attached to the ceiling. So you just pull it.
Yep, that's the truth.
Hello, light.
I've had my fair share of homes. Actually, where I live now is the first place that I've actually lived without one of these lights to like pull down for your bathroom. And they actually do make sense. Like when you think about it, like your bathroom gets damp, it gets wet, your hands are wet. Touching a light switch, I mean, I don't know what the chances are, but getting it into the electrics, it's definitely there, right? So this just stops that. I think that's the reasoning for this.
And sometimes I even see that if you want to use hot water when you shower, you also have to switch it by pulling something from the ceiling.
Crazy in Great Britain, and you would notice it in old houses, is that there is a separate tap for hot water and separate tap for cold water.
And now I'm in college, like all the college toilets have these taps as well. So they're actually more common now than I realised. Like I don't have them in my apartment, but where I used to live I did have them. So yeah, actually they are very common, and I don't like them, I'll be honest, because you either burn your hand, like you're scalding your hand, or it's too cold. Like just have a joint one. God damn it. But hey, it's too hard to do, I guess.
And this tap is extremely hot, and this tap is extremely cold. And if you're British, you're supposed to close the sink and then switch on both taps and fill the sink with water. And
is that what you're supposed to do? You know what, that makes sense. But I didn't realise that's what you're supposed to do. What?
I think, who does that? Who really does that?
And actually my friends who are British, they wash their dishes like that. So they fill in their sink and they put all the dishes in there, and then they use the cleansing foam and they don't actually wash it away. They just wipe it with a towel. And when I first saw it, I'm like, oh my god, how much of this cleaning stuff am I gonna eat? Because basically you wouldn't be able to remove everything with just a towel. But this is what British people do to save water.
Wait, what? I don't do that.
In the UK, power sockets are also different, and if you're lucky, you can find the right power socket for your American or European plug in
I actually have one of these in my toilets as well, to be fair. Just a little charging port for shavers.
the bathroom.
British power sockets look like this, and sometimes there's even a switch to switch them on. I don't think I've ever seen something like that in the States.
These are quite cool, I'll be honest. I think that's a very good invention. But I might be biased, but I'll say at least with that, we've definitely got the better of the two.
This is a super peculiar difference, but I noticed that toilets, the toilets themselves in the United States are generally lower than those in the UK.
Really?
And having a lower toilet is healthier because by nature we were designed to do our thing while just sitting down. And the lower the toilet is, the healthier it is. But yeah, whatever. This is just a thing I noticed. And by the way, we're actually in a typical student homestay. So if you're not an English language speaker and you want to come to London to study English, for £160 a week or something like that, you would stay with a local family in a setting like this, and you might end up getting like 2 or 3 nights in a hotel. And in the link below. Now we're going to typical student room. There's the student behind me doing something. But yeah, I don't see a lot of differences between this room and a typical American room and a typical house. If you do see the differences, please let me know. But there's something I wanted to highlight. Something I've seen in Great Britain. So in America, we open windows like sliding them from left to right. Here, you open them out in the street. As I said, British people really save energy, and you wouldn't see this thing working. This is the heater, but if you want to switch it on, you just, I don't know, select 5 in winter. But what British people do, they would just provide you with a really cool blanket. They call it duvet in Great Britain. It would be really like thick in winter. This is the summer version of it. And only in winter you would have like a really thick one to warm yourself. So if you're traveling to Great Britain starting October till May, even like anytime you travel, I would suggest taking your winter pajamas and really warm stuff, because sometimes it's really, really cold at home. Right now it's really hot. I'm like struggling to breathe. But yeah, this is a typical student room, and let's go downstairs and see the kitchen.
That's such a British looking bathroom. It's so sad.
Off top, guys, have you seen anything like that? I just, like, the first time I see it, you can actually, well, almost everywhere on the stairs, so you don't fall down.
By the way, guys, the ground floor, which would be the first floor in America, in Great Britain it's ground floor. The second floor is actually the first floor, and the third floor is actually the second floor. So we're like one level up in Great Britain. So the entrance, like where you enter, is actually ground floor. Sometimes I see ground floors in the States as well, but normally it's gonna be first floor or like lobby, and then there's second floor and third floor. But in Great Britain you get like an extra. Okay, let's take a look at the kitchen. I think this is international, like having your fridge.
That's a very big fridge, even like, well, especially for British standards.
In magnets, so international.
Fucking
I
huge.
prefer fridges without any magnets. I think it adds more style having a fridge without magnets, but this is very traditional British. You know who he is? You should know. He's son of Catherine and William, so this is royal family on the wall. What else is, like, I don't see a lot of differences. This is gas stove, and this is very typical for small apartments to have washing machine in the kitchen. I haven't seen anything like that in the States though. I've seen like a separate laundry in houses. I've seen like a laundry room or laundry in a closet.
These kitchens just look tiny. Like my kitchen's small, to be fair, but Americans seeing this would think this is such a small kitchen.
But here, washing machines sometimes stand in the kitchen, especially when the apartment is small. Actually, in my apartment in St. Petersburg, I also have a washing machine in the kitchen. This is a device used for warming water. I haven't seen anything like that in the States, again, especially in the kitchen. Another difference that I've noticed.
Where's my boiler? My boiler's actually in the kitchen, but it's covered by like a cupboard, so you wouldn't see it.
Is that in the States, kitchen is normally connected with the living room, so it would be like a common space, maybe separated by a bar table or something else. But here, kitchen is like a separate room, so it is not.
In British homes, that is true for sure. In like apartments, they like tend to be like more joined up, especially like in more modern apartments. But yeah, in British homes, you'll typically find the kitchen's just separated, which makes no sense because you'd actually give yourself more space if it wasn't separated, because the wall's obviously just taking up all that space. So I don't really understand why, especially when the homes are tiny as they are.
In any way connected with the living room, there's the door, so there's like extra space. Personally, I prefer kitchen to be separated from the living room because if you're cooking something and something burns, this means that the living room wouldn't get the smell. Let me know what you think. Again, in Russia, we have a separate room, but in San Francisco, in my apartment, the kitchen is like semi-detached from a living room, but it's still not fully detached. And if I burn something, then half of our apartment is gonna smell. Okay, we're in the living room. The living room, as I said, is separated from the kitchen. Standard living room. What I like about Great Britain is that normally if you live in your own house, even if it's a semi-detached house, you will have like a small garden
That is a small garden though, isn't it? At least you got a garden that's better than what I have.
in the back. These guys haven't
What the fuck is that? What's being detected? That is someone cutting someone's leaves.
done anything with the garden.
hedges.
Just green grass, but still a cool place to relax during the day. I know when you have, especially when you have a dog, you will just let it out and it will walk around the garden and you don't have to walk it if it's raining, for example. This tree
To be fair, this is actually a pretty good garden, especially in terms of British standards.
in Russia is called money tree, and if it grows really big at home, that means that the household is gonna prosper and you're gonna have a lot of money. I don't know whether to believe it or not, but yeah, everything is great financially in this family. And as you see, I suppose this family had a lot of Russian students because this is all very typical Russian. And yeah, small backyard. This is the living room, all white, really nice. Okay guys, this was
That was it. I mean, yeah. She said it was a student apartment, right? So I guess that's sort of it. It's not like maybe, I guess, a family home. Say you've got like a family home where you've got a decent wage and stuff. You probably have a home that's a bit bigger than this. And like the kitchen here did look a bit depressing, I'll be honest. This is quite a depressing kitchen. But for student accommodation, you can't really ask for much more at the end of the day. But yeah, this definitely is a fair representation of British homes. But I would just say a bit more modernised in the grand scheme of things. But in some cases, it'd probably be worse, and this depends on people's circumstance. Are you kidding me? Of course we take our shoes off in most parts of America. Just imagine entering your house during the winter with your boots full of dirty snow and salt. I don't know where she got that from. I was very confused as soon as I heard that. This is not a typical British home. It would have been nice for you to find a really nice home. Your very old-fashioned home, yeah. But some people have homes like this as well, you know. Not a typical British home. That's a very old house with old style fittings that nobody uses anymore, and that interior, and that's student housing, not a typical home. Hence, the landlord hasn't bothered to update anything. Oh, people are fucking pissed off. God damn. Well, I'm not here fucking to give a damn, really. I'm just here to see the differences. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Hopefully you enjoyed, and until next time, like, subscribe, and peace.